Hello, and welcome to the Banker's View from Sibos video series, looking at all the hot topics here in Sydney. I'm Joy Macknight, Deputy Editor at The Banker, and I'm joined by Brett King, who is co-founder and CEO of Moven, a mobile banking app. Brett, thanks so much for joining us.
It's great to be here.
So can you tell me what differentiates Moven from other banking mobile apps?
So we were one of the first global challenger banks, before the current slew of UK challenger banks and so forth that have come forward. We launched back in 2011 in the United States, and we were the first downloadable bank account. So you could download the app and you could sign up for a bank account in an app. That was the first instance of that globally. But essentially, we wanted to create sort of the next generation of the bank account. As you lose the physical artifacts of banking and we move to this sort of cloud-based architecture for a bank account, how will it change? And our view was that a bank account should really help you be financially healthy, and it should advise you on your money as you go about your daily life. So that sort of contextual bank account with AI behind it was really the core idea behind Moven.
Okay, and you also have Moven Enterprise.
Correct.
What does it offer to your clients?
So after we launched Moven and we started to see some real difference around particularly changing people's spending habits and savings habits with the financial wellness and the AI component, a lot of banks approached us and said, hey, we'd love to license that tech. So that became another business arm for us, licensing Moven's technology that we developed. So TD in Canada, Westpac in New Zealand, BCA in Indonesia, Yandex Money in Russia. We're now in about a dozen geographies with between 5 and 10 million customers this year on that platform globally.
Okay, what would you say is the key to really capturing the client's heart?
So the client is in terms of the bank, or client is in terms of the end consumer?
Maybe the end consumer.
Okay, so I think we have this association with our money that we've in the past maintained as bankers that you need to educate customers, you need financial literacy. What we try to do at Moven is get people closer to understanding how their behavior impacts their overall spending and savings. And so we've seen benefits where, at TD Bank, for example, customers who use TD MySpend, which is the Moven version, the white label Moven version for TD, compared with their contemporaries who don't use it, see about 4 to 8% month-on-month savings, where they save more money. So just raising awareness of how you're using your money from a behavioral psychology perspective helps people to understand where they can tighten up on their spending and be financially healthier. So that's the core benefit, that over time, if you use Moven, you just save more money.
Okay. And you're also speaking on a panel called The Future of Money.
Yes.
What will be your main points, and what do you think will be the main discussion?
So I just did the opening at Inner Tribe this morning, the opening keynote, where I spoke about what are the major disruptive technologies or themes that are going to change the world between now and 2030. In The Future of Money, we're drilling down specifically to who are going to be the biggest banks in the world, for example, in the next 10 years. The really sort of shocking component of that is the fastest growing financial institutions globally today are not incumbent banks. They're all technology-based players. And so ultimately, if you want to compete in this space in the future, being a good bank is not going to get you there. You have to be a really excellent technology company that provides bank utility.
Okay, my last question is really, what are the banks talking about at Sibos this year, and what should they be talking about?
So there's a lot of talk about sort of the hygiene factors still. We see that cybersecurity, AML, payments, faster payment systems. So a lot of the core sort of engineering and plumbing that you'd expect from an organization like Swift, but they should be talking about AI and the radically different organization structures you're going to have to be able to compete over the next decade.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your insights, Brett.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.